everyone, and welcome to the General Hospital recap for December 12th. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps, and also be a beauty and hit that bell down below so you get notified every time we upload a new recap. So even though it is December 12th recap, I am filming this on December 14th, and as of less than an hour ago, the FCC just voted to repeal net neutrality. And any article or any little clickbaity thing that says net neutrality is dead as of today is not telling the full truth and is just trying to give you a headline. Basically, this decision still needs to go through the courts, and repealing net neutrality has gone through the courts twice and has been rejected both times. But it is also important to contact your representatives and senators now more than ever, because Congress can also undo this decision. And I will put that all down in the description. If you don't know who your representative is, I will have the link down there, but I'm taking out all the links for the FCC because they've already made their vote, so that's done with. Now it's part 2. And the FCC might have won round 1, but part 2 is, well, that's where it gets a little sticky for them, because now the FCC needs to defend their decision in front of the courts, and as I said, they have already failed twice. I have been pouring my research into this, and a bunch of my friends who were like, whoa, I didn't hear anything about this net neutrality. I have been texting with them for, well, since the decision came down, and they're like, hey, can you explain this to me? And I was like, I have some videos and I have some links. So please do not give up. The FCC doesn't get to make this decision without the courts and without Congress. There are still routes to take. It's okay. Do not panic. Maybe take a breath, but do not panic. Okay? No panicking. Promise me you won't panic. Every time you want to panic, get Countable. Do you have the app Countable? I'll put the link down there too for the app Countable. Every time you want to panic, go to that link and either send a video to your congresspeople, send an email to your congresspeople, or call your congresspeople. So let's get to the recap because I have to go to work soon. And look who's here. She's Beauty and she's Grace. She's Mrs. E. Cat States. Aw, she's so cute. At Sunny's, Carly called Bobby over. Nelle is a problem, and Carly tells Bobby about the pregnancy. Bobby says, well, it can be faked, and Carly's like, no, it's confirmed. And Nelle is willing to take a paternity test, and that signals to Carly that Michael is the father, or else Nelle would have resisted it even more. Michael won't walk away from his child, and Carly says Nelle didn't count on us, though. She asked Bobby to get into the test with her hospital credentials before it's released to Nelle and Michael, and Bobby's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then what? And then what? Carly wants to play dirty since Nelle is playing dirty, but Bobby says if this baby is Michael's, the truth will eventually come out, and do they really want to be the ones to separate Michael from his child? Carly feels cornered because of course she doesn't want to do that, but what's the alternative? Like, she just, it's a no-win situation. Bobby says it isn't up to her. This is Michael's decision. Carly doesn't feel that Michael will allow Nelle to be like excluded or treated badly by the family. She'll only use this for leverage to get herself back into Michael's life. But personally, I don't think she's giving Michael enough credit, because he already did kick her to the curb to the point of not caring what happens to her with the apartment. Like, I don't think he would force the family to treat her like nothing has ever happened. You know what I mean? Then Carly asks if this is payback for her sins, and Bobby's like, look, you've been forgiven for a long time. Nelle isn't her. She's a scheming, conniving snake, and the child is a gift, and she just has to focus on the child. In Cassie's room, Finn comes to Cassie's room. She ordered breakfast for them, and they toast to mutual interest. Eka, please don't knock that over. They sit down to eat. Finn plays it, well, is it really playing it? That he's so disillusioned with hospital policies, and he totally airs his grievances. Like, he doesn't hold back. Cassie wants to find a way to fund his drugs development and fast-track distribution, and he asks if that means bending or breaking the law, and she goes, no, 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 not the law, just regulations. Regulations hinder progress. She wants to fund his research. He's reluctant. He appreciates her offer, and he's not saying no, but he does need to think about it. And she's like, I can respect that. And he says he'll give her a decision soon. Don't make other deals in the meantime. Finn is happy with himself when he leaves. At the PCPD, Michael is there talking to Dante. His car was towed last night. He was driving and clearing his head and I guess left it somewhere it wasn't supposed to be. He hasn't gotten a lot of sleep and he says something about practice for 2 a.m. feedings and Dante's like, ha ha ha, what? Well, Nelle's pregnant. Nathan interrupts them and then he goes into the interrogation room to see Britt and we're going to follow them for 2 seconds. So Britt and Nathan hug. He's so happy to see her and she says that she got tired of running and I'm so happy to see them because when Nathan came back on the scene it was around the time Britt was leaving and they didn't get a lot of time together and we were all like, this is amazing. I want them to have more time together. Britt is going to deal with the charges against her and move forward and Nathan tells her that he's going to be a dad and she's so happy for him, like genuinely happy. Nathan is going to work hard to get Britt out of there and he tells her how Obrecht is dragging her feet with the medical history and starts telling her about that. So back outside to Dante and Michael's conversation, they sit down to talk and Dante says that Sunny would be able to shed some good light on this because of the Avery situation. Michael's going to go meet with Nelle and the conversation between Michael and Dante, so if you didn't get a chance to see the episode or you have the ABC app or I believe people have been uploading some scenes, I definitely recommend watching the scene between Dante and Michael because it's just some good old school conversation between the two of them that's been missing for a little bit. And then Michael jokes that he's not trading in his sports car for a minivan and Dante's like, ha ha ha, I said that too. And actually, it inspired me. I've been watching some Dominic Pirelli stuff because I missed the majority of the Dominic Pirelli storyline because I was just coming back into the show religiously. So I've been rewatching it, or watching it to begin with. And it's just, I can't believe 2009. That's crazy. It was that long ago. Like, absolutely. I cannot fathom that. At Kelly's, Lulu tells Laura how they busted Nelle in front of Michael and he's so done with her and it felt so good. She's now looking for a good story though because this story wasn't like, you know, what she thought it was going to be. Laura knows that Lulu's absolutely capable of doing this and Laura's ready for new challenges as well. Laura shows her the plans for the redeveloping of Charles Street. There's such a culture and history there and Laura's not okay with expensive stores and condos moving into there. Like, she feels that it should be more preserved and Lulu is like, okay, like cool, but why aren't you focusing on the wedding? Have they even set a date? Laura says that they don't want a big wedding and after some more conversation about the wedding, Lulu says, oh, Nina's bringing Charlotte to the park to see Santa and we're all like gonna be there together. So Lulu leaves and Laura's leaving Kelly's and Dante runs into Laura looking for Lulu. So many L's and I'm being tortured over here. And she asks if Michael has said anything about the Charles Street development project since it's like an ELQ project. At the Metro Court, Nelle says a big good morning to Sunny and she's having breakfast at the Metro Court because now cost is no problem to her. And Sunny's like, what? And also, you should leave. And she's like, nope. And Sunny just will not give her the time of day. He's like, you know what? Never mind. Bye. Then Charlotte runs up to Nelle because Nelle's so magical. And Nina's there. And Nelle gets all the digs she can in at Nina in her nice smiley voice that the children can't pick up on the digs. And Nina gets Charlotte to walk away. Go get some cookies and hot chocolate. Okay, Charlotte? Nina is like, wow, you're eating at a fancy restaurant for someone who's broke and out of a job. She knows Nelle sold Nathan out, so you using that money to pay for your breakfast now? And Nina's like, you know what, Nelle? You're so much worse than Carly said you were. Why am I liking Nina? Why does Nina cause me to do these 180s? Because now I love Nina, but if you watch a video from 2 weeks ago, I'm pretty sure I hated her. Nelle says the Ask Me on Landers thing worked out, and she also asked Nina about childcare because her and Michael are going to be looking for a nanny soon. And Nina's like, wow, you're pregnant. Poor Michael. And Nelle says that Michael's thrilled. Okay, nobody believes you, Nelle. Everybody knows Michael isn't thrilled. I don't even have to personally know Michael to know he's not thrilled, okay? It's too bad her and Valentine can't have that feeling since Nina can't have kids. And Nina says there's more to motherhood than just being pregnant, and for the sake of her child, she hopes she figures that out. Mic drop. Sunny is having breakfast with Anna. He tells her that he, Faison, was in Port Charles less than 24 hours ago, and then he slides her the manuscript. She sees the pen name and is like, it's starting again. He tells her Spinelli was able to track through Obrecht's burner phone and that Britt and Faison were staying at the Cosmopolitan, so now we know that there is a hotel called the Cosmopolitan, and we could put it on our unofficial Port Charles map. Britt was in the room, Faison had already left, and Faison attempted to burn this manuscript before he left. He tells Anna that the manuscript shook Faison, and he didn't write it, and she can believe that because he would never burn something he wrote. Sunny is going to put Spinelli on this, and Anna says, be careful, stuff that's tied to Faison tends to get deadly. Finn sits down with Anna, and she asks how he and Cassie's meeting went, because she can only assume that's where he was. He says that Cassie was ready to write a check, and Anna's not going to try to talk him out of this because she knows there's no use. Finn says that he's doing this to put a dent in the overdoses, and he's not trying to be a hero or anything like that. He just wants to do his part. And Anna's not fighting him anymore. She's like, okay, you do what you're gonna do. And like, he keeps like getting pulled in by that, and it's almost like hard to get reversed. And he like cannot figure out her game because like she's been fighting him and now she's not fighting him. What's happening? Nelle asks for the food to go on Mr. Corinthos' tab, and Sunny overhears, and he's like, I'm not paying for your food. And she's like, oh, not you. She's here waiting for Michael. And Sunny's like, okay, first of all, you totally meant for me to hear you say that so that I'd come back over. And then she asks for Monica's number. She wants to discuss their future as a family. And then she tells him that she and Michael are having a baby. And then Carly walks in, and it's like all of the air just escaped that building at once. And it was just a vacuum. At Finn's room, Finn is trying to swipe in to his room and his card isn't working, and then he goes to find out what's going on. Back at the Metro Court, Carly takes Sunny aside. This is confirmed, she is pregnant. Finn then grabs Carly and he's like, my card isn't working. And she's like, yeah, because you checked out. And he's like, what? I checked out of the place I've been living in for God knows how long. Like, excuse me? And she says, oh yeah, we packed all your stuff up and moved it and even packed Roxy up, but she's okay. And he cannot figure out what's going on. And then he looks over at Anna's table and she's like dangling this key on her finger. And then Carly goes back to Sunny and they leave. And Elle's like, oh, you're leaving? You know, I just want the best for my child. At the park, Lulu meets Charlotte and Nina there, and Lulu tells Charlotte the first time she ever saw her was when she was with Santa last year, and it's very cute and nice. Charlotte is concerned Nina and Valentine will be lonely when she's at Lulu's for Christmas, and Nina says, oh, we're gonna do our own Christmas when you get home. And Charlotte's like, whoa, are you saying I get 2 Christmases? And Nina's like, yeah, and now Charlotte's like, okay, do I have like a third family I could go to too? Lulu thanks Nina for bringing Charlotte. Oh, so I forgot to say this, but Charlotte, back at the Metro Court, she had actually gotten an extra hot chocolate and extra cookies for Lulu. So Nina's like, oh, we have extra for you. And Lulu's like, oh, thank you. And Nina tells Lulu how she ran into Nelle, and she's eating for 2. First, Lulu starts going off this tangent about Nelle, and then she's like, excuse me, did you just say Nelle's eating for 2? She can't believe it, and then her and Nina are like kind of bonding, and I like really like it. Like, I really like it. Lulu is looking for her phone to take pictures of Charlotte and Santa, and Charlotte pulls this paper out of her own jacket pocket, and it's a ballot. Like, okay, remember back in the day when Nicholas helped fix the election that allowed Mayor Lomax to win another term? I think they're resurrecting that storyline. And now, end scene. Dante tells Laura that Michael hasn't told him any ELQ stuff, but there is a public hearing coming up about the Charles Street development if she'd like to go to that. Lulu asks Charlotte where she found the piece of paper, and she says, oh, I found it at Windermere. She wanted to recycle it because she learned in school that recycling's really good. And Lulu looks at Nina and goes, this is a ballot. Britt and Nathan continue to bond over Obrecht, and an officer comes in. It's time for Britt to go back to lockup. She wants to be kept updated, and Nathan tells her not to lose hope. Nathan calls Obrecht. He has news and questions. Nelle's playing her little game. Let's discuss this edition. We're all so blessed. Lottie freaking da. Cassie makes a call. Product may be ready sooner than expected. She has someone. Anna gives Finn the key, and Finn's like, this isn't a key card, this is a physical key. And Anna goes, yeah, we live in a house, not a hotel, and if he's gonna do business with Cassie, she's responsible for his life legally, so he'll be as close to her as possible. And he's like, can I just like sign a waiver? And she's like, nope, these are the rules, see you at home. Oh my goodness, this is so good. It's so good right now. All right, thank you so much for watching, everyone. As I said at the beginning of this video, the FCC's vote is not the end of the road, okay? It still has to go through the courts, and now's the time. It's more important than ever to contact your Congress people. I will be again and again and again and again. Thankfully, my Senator, Cory Booker, is going full steam ahead with protecting net neutrality and support for it. So thank you, Senator Booker, and I will see you later tomorrow for more German Hospital, and I hope you have a great day. All right, bye.